Hi guys! Long time no see. I've been gone for a really long while and I'm really sorry for that. I dyed my hair. I don't think I've been in a video with this hair before. But anyway, I dyed my hair and I'm ready to rumble. I'm ready to start all over again. I've been gone since like July. That's also when I started um, making videos. I started around the booktubeathon and then I stopped because school started again and I don't know, I really didn't feel like making videos and now I do. So I'm trying to start over again, I'm trying to keep up with it all. So this time I'm going to make my wrap up video for October. Maybe I'm going to do a wrap up video for September and August, but I don't know for sure. Um, but this seemed like a good starting point to um start over again. So I hope you will enjoy my new videos and let's start. So the first book I read in October was Burn for Burn by Jenny Han. This book is about three girls named Lilia, Kat, Mary, and they all meet up by like fate, and because they all want to take revenge on someone, all different people, and they're going to work together to make it happen. I rated this book 3 out of 5 stars because I did like it, but I didn't love it. Um, it seemed kind of flat and disappointing at some times, and I just didn't really connect with the characters at all. Um, Most of them were like really big jerks, and I didn't feel like the revenge. Well, the revenge was kind of stupid in my opinion because I mean there was this girl and she just came married and she just came back to the island to take revenge on someone. I mean that's a bit overboard, but I feel like it was all added in just for the sake of the story and it didn't feel natural at all to me. And at the end of the book, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but it got all way too dramatic, and it wasn't really believable at all anymore. They, I feel like it just went too far. Well, I kind of get Mary's revenge because she was bullied really bad, but Lilia and Kat weren't really. It wasn't really acceptable what they did because they weren't really bullied or anything. It was kind of over dramatic. So the second book I read was Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Finally, I felt like it was time to finally read this book because everyone else seems to be reading it or have read it. And I give it 4 out of 5 stars because I really did like it. I would have given it 5 stars, but I feel like I have to be more critical of books. I'm only going to give a book 5 stars if it really amazed me, blowed, blew me away. Um, and I didn't feel like that book did it for me. I felt kind of like a nostalgic feeling I when I finished it. I don't know. It really was an action-packed, amazing book, though, and I have to say, I'm kind of Team Dorian and not really Team Kill. I think it's Kill. I call him Kill, but I found his name to be really hard to pronounce because, like, yeah, Kale, Kill, Kyle. I'm, I just call him Kill, and um, but I really did like this one, and but I like Dorian a bit more. Maybe it's going to change in the upcoming books. I think it will. I was really, I don't know. I was kind of disappointed at the end of the book, but it felt like um, a realistic, good ending. But it still left me disappointed a bit. But I did like it. I also read We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han, and this book is the last book in the trilogy, so I'm not going to talk about the plot. Um, Not like anyone's going to read it, but but okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. This month was like really Jenny Han month for me. Because I kind of like her books. I've read quite a lot of them now, but this one I did like. Not didn't love it again, but I did like it. I thought it was mm, a so-so ending to the trilogy. I didn't like how it ended. Really, I've always shipped Belly with Conrad because that's the guy she's always been in love with. In the first book, and I'm going to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. When it all changed in the second book, it kind of disappointed me a bit. I did like the second and the third book, but it wasn't quite like the first book, to be honest. I think this shouldn't have been a trilogy. It had been going on for way too long. I think it should have been a standalone again. I did like the characters. I felt like I don't know, I grew up with them a bit, but there was way too much drama going on, and I'm glad I finished it. This book I was actually going to finish during the booktubathon, but then the booktubathon ended, and I only read the first 2 books, so I only read this book in October. So I'm finally done with this trilogy. I don't have to finish this one anymore. I having I have a lot of series I have to finish, and it's kind of stressing me out a bit. I always feel like when I'm not reading enough, I just feel like, oh my god, I have to read so much because otherwise I'm just going to fail. But I already reached my reading challenge this year, and I don't know why I feel that way, but there's just so much books I still have to read. It's like 300 on my TBR, and it's just a bit much. But I'm not giving up. I'm fighting. The TBR is ever expanding, and I'm just trying to get through it, I guess. Actually, a TBR is not such a bad thing. It's better to have too much to read than nothing at all, right? Um, Maybe I should think that way, but I still feel stressed out a bit. Oh well. The next book I read is A Good Woman by Daniel Steele. And this one I gave 5 out of 5 stars. And why did I give it 5 out of 5 stars? This is the Dutch copy, by the way. I read Daniel Steele when I was little. It sounds a bit weird because she writes adult romance novels. But when I was little, and I was always really fascinated by her storytelling and just the stories in general. And then I didn't read her for a while, and I had this copy for a long, long time. And I picked it up last month, and I was amazed. It felt like I lived a life with Annabelle. I felt like I just grew up with her and felt amazing. Um, and after I finished the book, I read reviews, and I was really surprised because a lot of people don't seem to like Daniel Steele. Well, it's on the cover of all her books, America's most popular writer. So, and when I read the reviews, I was like, so many people don't like her books, and I was just really surprised because I did like it a lot. But I read the reviews, and a lot of people say she's like she's like telling more than showing, but I feel like that's her style, and I just really loved it in this book. It didn't really bother me. Okay, I have to admit there wasn't that much dialogue in this book. There really wasn't, but strangely enough, it didn't really bother me. I just really enjoyed it, and I felt by this book, with this book, it really changed me. It made me look different at life a bit. And I also read in the reviews that people found it to be over dramatic, And I can see that because when I was in the book, there is a huge plot twist in this book. And I was just shocked, but I found it to be really, really funny. And I even told it to my dad, and he found it to be funny too because I was just like, what the fuck just happened? But it didn't really bother me. I also read the fourth volume of Koko ni Iryo, which I also started in the book to Baton and never finished. This manga has 5 volumes. I also read the fifth volume, but I don't have it with me. Um, but I rated this one 3 out of 5 stars. I don't know if I rated the fifth volume, also 3 out of 5 stars. But I liked it. It was cute. It was quite lovely. But the ending didn't satisfy me. There's 2 guys in this book, and in my opinion, she ended with the wrong one because I really like the other one. I always ship the main character with the wrong person. I mean, what is wrong with me? I really don't get it. The writers of these books and mangas just write the other character to be so cute and so amazing, and the character they end up with are just. I know they are definitely the most stable or better choice, but I don't like it. I really want the main characters to take a risk, you know? I also read Hold Still by Nia Lacour. And guys, I rated this one 5 out of 5 stars again, but I'm going to explain to you why. I rated this book 5 out of 5 stars because it moved me. It really, really did. This book is about a girl who had a best friend who committed suicide, and she didn't even really know her best friend was depressed, really. It was just out of nowhere for her. And she finds this girl's diary under her bed, and she's going to read it. And there's all these little paragraphs to everyone around her in her life. And those little paragraphs, that's what I actually read it for. I cried a hell of a lot. And it was just the main character really came to terms with her best friend's death. She was trying to move on, and it was really wonderful to see how she was trying to do that. Next up, I read Love Story by Jennifer Eccles, and I rated it to 5 stars because I had so many problems with this book. Oh my god. There is again a huge plot twist in this book, and I didn't agree with the plot twist at all. And I just didn't get why the main character wasn't mad anymore. She just forgave the person who did her wrong. And I absolutely cannot understand this. So you have Aaron and you have Hunter. And Hunter was Aaron's stable boy back in Kentucky. And they end up in the same creative writing class, and they start to write about each other in their creative writing assignments. And the creative writing assignments didn't seem that creative at all to me because they were just writing their own experiences, really, their own lives. I don't know. I really didn't like this book. It didn't seem at all realistic to me. I don't like non-realistic books. I mean, like, even in fantasy, you have rules within the universe, you know. I don't know. It really bothered me. I read Shug also by Jenny Han. I forgot it was by Jenny Han. Oh well. This book is about a girl called Anne-Marie Wilcox. I believe it's a middle grade book. I don't know for sure. Yeah, definitely middle grade book. It's about this girl, Anne-Marie Wilcox, and her mother calls her Shug. That's why the book is called Shug. And she's her life is changing constantly, as all suddenly. She's 12. She's going to high school. Is that what's called high school? Middle school? She's graduating from middle school and she's going to high school. I don't know what it's called in English, but anyway, she's 12 and she's going to another school, and suddenly all of her friends are changing, and they're making new friends and they're having their own cliques, and suddenly everything is different, and Anne-Marie doesn't really know what why everything is changing and why everyone is making new friends and why everyone is just leaving her. And why this book spoke to me is because um, I could imagine myself being 12 again and feeling so alone and having no friends at all. And I really recognized myself in it. And I felt like Jenny Han pictured Shug's feelings really well. Like any 12-year-old going to another school would feel like. I think she did that really well. So that was my wrap-up video. I hope you liked my reviews, kind of reviews, short ones. I'll have to do my update my Goodreads and do my Goodreads reviews soon enough, because I don't really do them, but I want to start doing them because it only seems fair to the writers to give something back. But I hope you liked the books. If you read any of them, please comment below. If you want to read any of them, I don't know, just comment anything below really. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So thank you for watching. Bye guys.